What's going on with the goings on, y'all? Um, I don't know how this gonna be. It's Friday. You know what I'm talking about? You know I'm trying to hurry up and get up out of here, but you know what I'm talking about? We gonna see how it go and how it's fluctuating. I guess we gonna get another Wimbyama sighting today. You feel me? As the Heat goes up against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and you know the UF Dub and company. You know what I'm talking about? We gonna be without Dylan Harper. Hopefully De'Aaron Fox is capable of pulling it out. You know what I'm talking about? If not, I mean, Castle look like he doing his thing. So, as long as the supporting cast do what they gonna do, Wimby gonna do what he gonna do. And everything gonna be everything. You know what I'm talking about? Already. For real, for real. I guess we'll get into a little bit of what happened last night. I guess the New York Knicks Knickerbockers versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the New York Knicks won 108 to 93. Or was it 109 to 93, should I say. Um, and the Knicks are up 2-0. You feel me? And me personally, I just think they just didn't sink the shots. I mean, you can't get down on yourself when they ain't going down, though. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta pick yourself up and keep shooting. You feel me? Which is a hard task knowing that you in the finals. But hey, Morrow only shot 1 for 8 from the field, and he was 0 for 3, 0 for 7 from the 3-point line. He can't have them kind of nights and think y'all gonna pull off the upset. You know what I'm saying? And then not to mention that Harden didn't get over 20. It's definitely gonna be a tough night when your superstars ain't scoring 30 or better. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a long night for you, Galloping Gallows. And then, to be truthfully honest, ain't nobody on the New York Knicks side do nothing hell of a. You know what I'm saying? It's just everybody did something hell of a. That's what it was. Everybody was doing what they was supposed to be doing when they was doing it. So it looked a whole lot better than what it was supposed to be. You feel me? And I'm glad the Knicks is flourishing. You feel me? We shall see when they come to the West Coast what it look like. You know what I'm saying? You up 2-0. You should pretty much wrap this series up with a sweep. But, no here nor there. You feel me? When it boils down to it, you just ain't got enough on the bench to check what they got on the bench. You see? When people like McBride come in the game and they give you a pick-me-up, it's kind of hard to go to work. Especially when you got not only him, but Mikal Bridges, too. I think he had, how many points did you have, Mikal? Mikal had 19. So if you coming off the bench giving them 19 points, it's kind of hard, for the other team to be able to muster up that kind of juice. You feel me? But we shall see. Like I said, it's gonna be another Wimby sighting tonight. So, and they won one in the series. You feel me? The Thunder was able to pull something out last night before last, so we shall see what they do tonight. You know what I mean? If Wimby can go up 2-3, ooh-wee. You know what I'm saying? I'm still picking the Thunder, though, like I said before. You feel me? But it's Friday, so let's get to when we get into. So we're going to talk about this little rhetoric, and then we're going to find us something to do. Shout out to The Breakfast Club. I guess The Breakfast Club is moving on to a live feed from Netflix. Feel me? Meaning, during the morning time, the Breakfast Club will be live, so you will be able to see all your hottest stars doing their thing in real time. You feel me? Even when they cut to go to commercial, they'll still be, it's basically they streaming. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be a cutoff time for the streaming. You feel me? They gonna stream all morning. You gonna be able to talk to them right as you need to talk to them. You feel me? Hopefully it go well. If it go well, you gonna see a lot of platforms doing the exact same thing. But you know what you know what that's really gonna do for a lot of people though. If you can't talk about it, you won't be about that. You know what I'm saying? You gonna do a lot of pre-recording. That means you're gonna be behind the fiddle. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. But that's no here nor there when it comes to that. Shout out to the Breakfast Club for doing something new. It's hard to invent new things this day and age. So I guess, you know what I'm saying, for you to basically do what streaming wanted to do and take it on the mainstream platform and conjure up something. I hope it evolves well for you, you know what I'm saying? And the commercial aspect of it don't take over the content, where you doing more of the actual streaming feed than you actually doing what's going on when it's going on. But shout out to you anyway. Shout out to the I guess one of these particular podcasts did a I don't know if it was a poetry night. I don't know what y'all was actually doing, but I guess Black Poet won the contest. You feel me? And she had, for her to be so young, I guess she had some insightful things to say. You feel me? I should have broke more of it down. That way I could have gave you a better insight. But I guess you go on Instagram and you go to Dark Skin Diaries. Feel me? And you should see the young lady. Yeah, she definitely got a few things to say. Let's see if we listen. But the site again is Dark Skin Diaries. I don't know if it's on gmail.com or it's at Dark Skin Diaries. You feel me? But it's definitely Dark Skin Diaries. Shout out to LeBron. I got a long summer to think about it, James. I guess you got a long summer, sir. I guess LeBron James got on and talked about, I guess he was on one of his podcasts. He got a few of them. I guess he doing a podcast with Steve Nash, and they talked about his basically what are you gonna do this summer aspect, and he like I'm just basically he ain't even playing what him and his kids gonna do. He probably gonna sit back and like I told you, relax, catch a contact, you know what I'm saying, and watch this money flow, this laundromat. You feel me? And then right around the season start, he gonna figure out what he gonna do. Like he said, good August, September. You know what I'm talking about? He gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? He's starting to come into that. Ooh, excuse my language. He's starting to come into the realization that it's about to be over with. You feel me? He might not be over with this year or the next year, but this is definitely the last rodeo. You feel me? The quarter has run its course. And he probably gonna do a quarter water and he gonna find him something to do. I mean, what can you do after 25 years but probably coach somewhere? You feel me? He done hoop so long that he's starting to overlap his coaching prospects. You feel me? He can leave right now and go coach a team. He actually can coach a team that he hooping with, for real, if that's what he wanted to do. Nigga definitely give you a coaching / players job. And that's what you need to do. Go into Cleveland and say, look, you know what I'm talking about? If you go on and let me coach this team, I'll play for it. He'll definitely get 40 minutes a night. He don't even need 40 minutes a night no more, though. Shoot. He be able to give himself player management or everything is everything. For real. Hey, and it would be smart. You feel me, to go to Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? You already got your two superstars there. You definitely fit in the third option aspect. You fit right in. You feel me? Go get you a two big man. And you really low key got the two big man. You really got the whole. You really just need you. Shit, everything else complete. You know what I'm saying? And all the rest of the teams, for real, you gonna have to add something to it. It's gonna be you and somebody else. If you go to Cleveland right now, all you have to do is put you in there, give you a check, and y'all should win the championship. I mean, you know what I'm talking about? And it don't even matter. Harden gonna have to play, for real. You can't leave all the defense on Mitchell and James, because James is not a defensive player. You feel me? He ain't finna really play D. Once you didn't get to where you scoring 25 points a game, 6-7 rebounds, 6-7 assists, that's basically doing it all. You really don't want to do all the other shit. You don't want to play no D if I know I can get a steal, make a layup, keep the drive being a drive. You know what I mean? It's the perfect fit over there. But that's nonetheless, look, we about to get off LeBron. What about this young lady that's saying the N-word? I guess it was an outrage at the pump between one lady and the next lady. I think I gotta get more information on that pump situation. Like, where was it at? How much was the gas prices? Cause you know that that definitely will get you patoot. And yeah, like what all drove her? I guess driver was at the pump, and a Caucasian male decided to get out of his car and, you know what I'm saying, call her the N-word. You feel me? But you know, for every action there's a reaction. So what did you do for you to have to be called the N-word? You feel what I'm saying? Kind of crazy to me. Shout out to Drake. So I guess Drake decided to surprise a fan, and some of his new singles on Ice Baby. I guess Drake and the fan decided to ride around the town and sing the actual songs. And the dad was more hyped than the actual fan was. The fan was fanning, you feel me? In shock. Could barely speak. The dad was all in the video, just like a manager. Why you want the manager all in your video? But he was all in the video. He was quoting what was going on. Shit, he was more excited to see Drake than the actual fan was there to see Drake. Shoot, he was jumping and hollering in his seat. I'm like, man, who's the fan here? Shoot. Are we gonna get to the actual song? Please me, baby. I'm like, man, he's singing every single part, every little step he took. And shit, he was there, okay? Shit, shout out to the dads. Fuck the fan. For real. He was turned all the way up. Shout out to Young M.A. I guess you're doing another tour here in May, young lady. You know what I'm saying? Toward the end of May, you know what I'm saying? You're going to start the Young M.A. tour. You feel me? Congratulations to you, young lady. You came a long way. It's been 10 plus years of you acting like you acting. And it's still tough acting to acting, I would imagine. Shout out to you, though, young lady. And shout out to your tour. Money always. Shot, if you hear the noise, you know it's real. Look, I ain't even turned my fan off today. Forgive me, y'all. I ain't even turn the fan off. I gotta go down here and change my clothes out. We've been talking good enough anyway, even though it's only been 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Seemed like the day just flew on right on by. You feel me? It ain't much to really talk about anyway. I've been trying to get off this little fad. You know what I'm saying? People want me to stop talking about them as much. You know what I'm saying? I guess I was offending and harming folks. All right, so I'm gonna digress for a minute. You know what I'm talking about? Probably let y'all enjoy y'all summer or whatnot. But you know, I'm gonna keep some of it flowing. I just ain't gonna keep all of it going. You know what I'm talking about already. Shout out to Big Daddy Kane. So I guess Big Daddy Kane decided he was gonna respond to Max B. Max B yesterday or this week, pretty much last week, pretty much said, "Who is Big Daddy Kane?" And like I told you, Big Daddy Kane is with all the smoke, nigga. As soon as he heard it, he went straight to work. You know what I mean? It probably was a week for real, but in real time, the next week he was already dropping the track. At least a freestyle track anyway. You know what I'm saying? With a response to Max B. Max B, what you gonna do? You feel me? Your turn. Watch Max B take a whole week or two. And we hope you come up with something that's fab. Cause if not, it's like we know what Max B stand for. You know what I'm talking about? For real, for real. Niggas be acting like Max B. These niggas be acting like Max B. So you know what I'm talking about? For real, for real. But shout out to Big Daddy Kane though. I'm proud of you, young brother. You feel me? To see you know what I'm saying, an elder statesman uh get called out and he stood up to the challenge. That's how most motherfuckers should be. So, you know what I'm saying? We can get the whole challenging thing out the way. It could have been moved if a motherfucker would have moved it. But people want to keep the goalposts up when they finna make a field goal. Shout out to Tanika Brown and Cortez Brown. Now Tanika Brown lost Cortez Brown and his baby mama. I don't know if it was over the week. It was in the last 2 weeks. I don't really know what it was, but I guess, you know what I'm saying, it was a fatal crash. You know what I'm saying? And the young lady had lost her life. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I think the young man passed away as well. I'm not really quite for sure. But she got it for Tanika Brown. She got to bury her brother and her stepsister. You feel me? That's a hell of a feat to be trying to fight and still trying to deal with the poverty levels that motherfuckers is dealing with. People don't be understanding that it's a whole life still got life in it. Even after the camera go off, people still got stuff going on. You just got to be going on when it's going on to keep it going on. You know what I'm saying? And I just think a lot of times people don't think of everything outside of this videotaping that we having right here today. People just be with the recordings, I would imagine. Ain't nothing but the programming. You feel me? But yeah, speaking of programming, shout out to Drake. You know what I'm saying? I guess we getting built up more and more with that. Please me, baby. Why don't you just tease me, baby? You feel me? Janice, shut the up. It's really going up, huh? It's getting people imaginary. We went from last week not listening to this week. We got our ears wide open. I guess next week we're gonna have our ears wide open and our mouths quiet shut. You feel me? You know how it go. It take a while sometime for it to click like it's supposed to click, but we got two hot songs for the summer. And you know what I'm saying? We got a nice album. And like all predictions go, it's definitely gonna do what it's gonna do. And Drake gonna been and done it again. You know what I'm saying? You made it a hot line, he made it hot songs. Feel me? When you do something, he do it better. That's all. And you can't keep faulting a man for being great. You know what I mean? Can't fault him for being great. You just gotta eventually go with the wave. And that's the way the world and that's the way the United States works. You know what I'm talking about? They like to be led and they like a corporation to do it. And people don't want to say that, but that's just what it is. And that's always gonna be what it is. I don't care what you try to bring or what you try to bring forth to the table. You know what I mean? Until you tear the whole system down, it's a system in place for you. For you to abide by. You know what I mean? It's it's been too long coming in so many words. That's crazy. You know, and when you've been brainwashed for all these years, ain't no letting up. Even if you break the seal and you let a few motherfuckers out, it's always gonna be that one nigga that closed the door. Always. There's too many niggas in there. And if they do start letting them in and they can't close the door, they gonna find that one nigga they can pay off to close the door for them. Let me see. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much the end of it today, y'all. We did all this in a hot little 20 minutes, okay? For real. This is definitely what it do and what it's gonna be. I want it to stay like this, but I don't think I'm gonna keep it like this. I still sometimes be like, damn, I ain't talk about this, I ain't talk about that. You feel me? Maybe I should say this, maybe I should say that. But no, you know what I'm saying? To each his own, and they give you time to find you something to do. You feel me? It's Friday. We ain't gonna be talking about much, doing a little bit, doing a little spit. You feel me? I might come on Saturday and see what's going on when it's going on. Um, but yeah, y'all, make sure y'all go see what Wimby talking about tonight. You feel me? Um, I think we done here. You lovely ladies and gents. You feel me? See the ceiling, you know it's real. And with all that being said, as the old saying goes, the smoke's gone, I'm gone.